What would happen if death wasn't permanent? Well, partner, let me tell you, it'd be wilder than a bucking bronco at a rodeo. First off, the entire economy would go belly up faster than a tumbleweed in a tornado. Life insurance companies, they'd collapse quicker than a house of cards in a dust storm. Imagine trying to sell policies when folks keep coming back from the great beyond. And inheritance? That'd be about as useful as spurs on a pig. Grandma might just mosey on back to reclaim her prized china set. Now, retirement planning, that'd vanish like a mirage in the desert. Why save for your golden years when you can just kick the bucket, respawn, and start fresh as a spring chicken? The funeral industry would be scrambling like a cowboy at his first square dance, trying to rebrand as temporary storage solutions for them brief periods between lives. But hold on to your hat, 'cause that's just the beginning. With folks constantly returning from the other side, Earth's population would explode like a stampede of wild mustangs. We'd be packed tighter than sardines in a tin can. Housing? Forget about it. Resources would be stretched thinner than barbed wire. Governments would be forced to implement death quotas, making people stay dead for a spell just to give others a chance at breathing room. And let me tell you, relationships would get more tangled than a lasso in a tornado. Imagine your spouse dies, you remarry, then your first love comes riding back into town. The courts would be busier than a one-armed bartender trying to sort out resurrection custody battles. Folks would start dying on purpose just to avoid awkward social situations. Sorry I missed your hoedown, I was pushing up daisies that week. Now religion, that'd be in for a wild ride. Every afterlife-based faith would face an existential crisis bigger than Texas. Heaven and hell would become nothing more than temporary layovers, like changing horses at a Pony Express station. Priests couldn't promise eternal reward when people keep popping back complaining about the Wi-Fi in paradise. But here's the kicker. Customer service would become a whole new kind of hell. Picture this. I'd like to return this product. Sorry you need the receipt. I died and lost it. Death ain't no excuse no more, partner. Our return policy's clearer than a prairie sky. Meanwhile, companies would start hiring folks specifically to die and come back as a form of extended vacation time. You'd see job postings for professional corpse and temporary death consultant, faster than you can say, yeehaw. In the end, death not being permanent would turn our world upside down and inside out. It'd be like trying to rope the wind or herd cats, near impossible and bound to drive a person plumb loco. But I reckon we'd figure it out eventually, 'cause if there's one thing humans are good at, it's adapting to the wildest of circumstances. So next time you're wondering about the permanence of death, just remember, sometimes it's best to let sleeping dogs lie. 'Cause in a world where death's just a pit stop, life might just become the real rodeo.